Time to talk about where we're at with the XW project. Let's go. For those who are new to the channel, I'm Rob and this is Rob's Garage. This is my 1969 Ford XW Australian Falcon project. I work in marketing, that's my day job. I'm in advertising / marketing. And I do this as a hobby. I've got no technical skills and stuff, so this is just basically learning on the go and having a go at it. So yeah, you've been warned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Rob's Garage video. It's been a little while, and I want to give you a bit of an update on where I'm at with the Falcon. Obviously I haven't done a video in a little while, and I don't want to harp on this stuff too much, I really don't like it, but just to give you a quick update, at the time of doing this video, I hadn't really done all that much to the Falcon. I didn't have that much motivation, and I really just needed to get my head around what needed to be done, because you know, I want this car to be right, and that means I mentally need to be right to work on. So after a bit of thinking, I'm starting to get into a place where I'm feeling a bit more comfortable with what I need to do, and that's why there hasn't been any videos. But it hasn't been completely unproductive. I've been working on this front guard. I'll go through some of the other things I have and a little bit of an update on a rust repair, or not a rust repair, but a rust repair that's going to need to be repaired. It's quite a big job. And yeah, let's get a bit of an update on where I'm at with this guard. All right, first of all, this is the passenger guard. As you can see, I've stripped it mostly back to bare metal. There is a few bits on it that still need to have some work done on them in terms of rubbing it back, but mostly it's back to bare metal with a little bit of paint that needs to still come off. I've also done the inside of the guard as well, and mostly I'm pretty happy with this guard in general. All right, first things first, passenger side, just there was an aerial. And I don't really listen to the radio that much, even when I'm driving in my day-to-day car. It's not a big thing for me. I decided I'm gonna patch the aerial hole up. As you can see, I've put a piece of steel in there. There's a couple of little holes that need to be patched up, which is why I've got a couple of welds there that I need to grind. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that overall. I think it's looking pretty good, and once I've ground that off, I think it'll be okay to do some body filler and stuff over the top of it once we get into the body filling stage. But overall, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, the other thing I wanted to do, there was a couple of holes here for the badge, the original Ford 500 badge or whatever was there. I think it was a 3.6 litre or whatever badge. It still is a bit of a repair that needs to happen there. This is looking pretty good, but slight pinhole there, which I've got to weld up. Just clean that up, but otherwise that's looking pretty good. There was also some here that I had to do. There were some holes here, which I've welded over, and they were, I guess, for some metal strips that probably go around the wheel arch, which I'm not going to need, so I've welded those up. And overall the guard's looking pretty good. The only other thing here is down the bottom here, you can see I've put a line around here. There is a repair here that needs to happen. This was something that was done before, so I'm probably looking at cutting that off and repairing that. All right, to give you an idea, I'm also doing the back of the guard, so this has all been cleaned up here at the back. It still does need some work to get the final bits of paint and stuff off. I'm pretty happy with most of this job here. And as you can see, where we look at the repair on the front side, there is a repair that's got to happen here at the back. You can see where it was previously done, and I've got to strip this back. You can see some of the weld holes that I actually did before, just to fill them up. We'll clean all this up before I put it in 2K epoxy primer, which I'll talk about shortly. But yeah, I'm just going to focus on this guard really, get this finished, and then look at putting it in primer. Now to do that repair at the bottom of the front guard there, you obviously need a patch panel. So I did buy one off Restomod. This is it. I think there's a key thing to note about some of these patch panels. Okay, so when we look at the patch panel, we're going to just take a look at, they come with a sticker on there, and there's a very important sticker here. This is obviously your sticker that tells you what it is, and it's this one here that's really important. So this product is a patch panel and is designed to aid in the repair of your vehicle, as this panel has been designed Has not been designed as a general replacement product. Some additional labour may be required to ensure an original fit. So yeah, when you get one of these with that type of label on it, unlike the quarter panel that I've looked at in previous videos, which doesn't have that sticker, you'll find these aren't a very good fit, and you are going to have to stuff around with it a bit to make it work. So I'm not super happy with this patch panel, and it's pretty unlikely I'm going to use the whole thing. I'll probably just use the bottom bit. That's going to be enough to replace it. But even the contour of this doesn't look right, but that could also be that the panel isn't right, and I'm not really sure which one it is right now. There's also this bit. This is the bit that goes on the inside. So you would have seen before when I was having a look at that, this bit fits over there. This is the brace. Again, has the same sticker on it. And, you know, it's not a great fit either. So be warned, if you see that sticker, you're going to have to do an extra bit of work. And I think a lot of people know that, but it's worth pointing that out for people who are pretty new to this and just getting into it. But you have to toss up, are you prepared to make one? Or you're going to work with something that's already here. So anyway, that's worth noting. All right, so with the guard off, and that's one of the main things I've been working on. And obviously I don't work on it all the time because I don't have that much time. So I wanted to have a chat about what it looks like underneath. So let's have a look at what I found here. All right, so I had the guard off and I wanted to have a look, and mostly, you know, it's to be expected. It's not that bad. I've taken off the cover that was here with the bump stop and stuff, and I've done a bit of cleaning down here, but there's still quite a bit more to do. There was a lot of grease and stuff in there, which is probably not a bad thing. There needs to be a lot of cleaning of the suspension components and that sort of stuff, but that's neither here nor there right now. But you can see it looks reasonably good. And then I got to over here, where I got to have a look here. If we look under here, there's a bit of rust in the windscreen. I've taken all the windscreen bits off. You can see there's the typical repairs that we have around here. This seems to be relatively okay as far as I can tell. This bit is pretty rusty here. Probably going to be needing to be fixed. And this all looks pretty good until you get down here. So the bottom of this is going to need repairs. Down here, you know, I don't know, looks like it's up to about here somewhere. So that's all going to need to be repaired, and so is this bottom bit. So when you see rust in that part of the panel there, it's got to make you wonder, how does that torque box look? So what actually happened is I really started grinding away down here and just stripping the paint off. And as you can see, this sill extension here, I think this is what this is called. It looks like it might have been repaired before. You can see this is rusted, so this is going to need to be repaired. As far as I can tell, the bottom of the torque box seems to be pretty solid, but I have some concerns. Let's take a look. I started off here. You can see here there's a bit of rust, but then as I got to around the inside of the wheel arch, yeah, that's a pretty big rust hole there. And yeah, they did a pretty good job concealing that. Let's just see what they used to hide that. All right, so what I actually found is once I started grinding the bottom of the sill section, I started to find bits of fiberglass. Now this was the patch panel, you could say. This is all fiberglass. And you can see here at the bottom how this was covering up that big hole. But you can see, we can get the camera in here, this was kind of just sitting in there, and really it was actually done quite well. You couldn't even see it, and you press on it and it really feel quite solid. But as I started grinding the rust off down the bottom down here, and I saw these fiberglass fibers, got a screwdriver in there, ended up with spare patch panel. Anyone? Any takers? So yeah, that's going to be some sort of torque box repair. Now I've seen a few videos on people doing it from XA Coupe Guy, I think Guy's World. He had a pretty good video, guys. What I think he's doing an XB coupe, maybe from memory. But yeah, or it could have been a Falcon, one of these Falcons too. I can't remember, but he actually went into quite a bit of detail on what it looks like. So that would be pretty useful to have a look at. It'll give me some confidence in tackling that. But before I do that, I think I need to work on some simpler jobs and build up that confidence. I can actually try and finish that off, which would be great. Hopefully I can do that this weekend and try and get some 2K epoxy primer on that. I'm just doing that in my garage because I don't have a paint booth. So there we go. There's also, you'll notice I have a cover on this car now. Mainly one was dust, two, I really hate seeing it with so much unfinished stuff. It annoys me. So I thought I'll put a cover on it, and that just helps me visualize what it needs to look like and don't worry about, you know, the stuff that needs to be repaired, because I just don't like looking at it like that. Anyway, I've got some more work to do on this. I just want to get those pinholes welded up. Just do a little bit of MIG on that. I'll wrap it up for tonight. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.